The global financial crisis that we are experiencing requires that political leaders and business leaders get together and work out solutions that are global, work out solutions that will bring about sustainable solutions to the crisis. But this framework is not enough. This framework is not sufficient. Citizens, ordinary citizens, must do a lot. In fact, we go back to Kennedy and paraphrase Kennedy. Ask not what leaders can do to bring about an end to the global economic crisis, but rather what you can do as a citizen to bring about change, to bring about solutions to the crisis we're facing as a globe. What does this require? It requires us to revisit our values. It requires us to say, what am I doing in my business that will contribute to the solution of the crisis as opposed to increase and enhance the crisis? In particular, we must redefine what success means. What is success for a company? What is success for a community, for a family? Let us move away from a profit-driven strategy but go to a triple bottom line approach that says the impact on society is important. The impact on the environment is important. As an individual consumer, what is the impact I'm having on society? As an individual citizen, what is the impact I'm having on the environment? In other words, let us judge each other. Let us judge ourselves using a framework, a value system that says society, the environment, and profits. This can be done at a personal level. This can be done by individuals. Individuals must reduce their levels of consumption. What is your carbon consumption as an individual? What kind of car are you driving? In terms of consumption of fuel, in terms of pollution, how energy efficient is your system that you're using in the house? What kind of lighting system are you employing? What kind of batteries are you using? Are you recycling as an individual? What have you done in the community to make a difference as a person, as an individual? What are you doing in the school system to promote education? In other words, we are encouraging the individual to become a change agent. We're encouraging the individual to understand the nature of the global financial crisis and then encouraging them to respond at a personal level and offer solutions. And as we do this, we don't want the African citizen to be a second-class citizen. We want the African citizen, we want the citizen from the poor countries to do the same by also becoming part of the solutions to the issues around the global financial crisis. In particular, we want to drive entrepreneurship. We want to move away from everyone being a worker. In other words, as individuals, ask ourselves, how many jobs have I created as an individual? How many companies have I created? So we are saying it is incumbent upon every citizen to become a player in terms of driving the economy, in terms of growing the economy. And growth of the economy itself is not enough. It must be a shared economic growth strategy. And this is what is required of the individual. This is what is required of the citizen in every country. And also, in doing this, we must encourage more people to take positions in public leadership, to take positions in political leadership. Most of our best minds are in the private sector. Most of our best minds are in academia. Most of our best minds are in journalism. Most of our best minds are in the NGO communities, and mediocrity dominates politics. If we do this, we are ruining the future of our globe. We must find a way to encourage our superstars, our high performers, to move into the public sector. We must encourage more young global leaders. More people come to Davos to get into the public sector and become political leaders. This is a calling that must be understood at a personal level. In addition to this, individuals, citizens must move away from the Maslow hierarchy of needs as defined by Maslow. Maslow's hierarchy of needs starts with shelter, food, and ends up with self-actualization as the highest stage. We are saying that is a moribund model. We need to modify it and say, how can I go beyond self? How can I self-transcend and leave a legacy, make a difference in the lives of the people around me? This is the challenge to the citizen. This is the challenge to the individual, to be able to say, I've self-transcended, I've gone beyond self, I've left a legacy in my community, I've left a legacy in the world, I've made a dent to the universe. This can be done. We shall overcome if as individuals we step up to the plate and be counted.